Welcome everyone, this is Pine Needles, and today we'll be starting on a new adventure, the further adventures of Elladan and Elrohir, and it looks like Elrond here is going to be asking us what his sons are up to, or are you asking me something else?
A strange fate brings you hither.
Pineseed, I have an undertaking that I believe you would be suited for. Servants of the enemy, under the guise of riders in black, recently tried to cross the Bruinen. The river's waters swept them away at my command. Perhaps they no longer threaten Imladris, but we cannot be certain. Scouts have been sent out to determine whether the Black Riders truly fell at the ford. My sons will soon set out to do the same, but I have also entrusted them with an errand of their own. I would ask that you travel with them to Lothlorien to meet with their grandmother, Lady Galadriel. Though I cannot fully reveal the purpose of their errand, I trust that the three of you will keep each other safe. Elladan waits for you outside. May your search bear fruit. Alright, so that is going to be the beginning of it, is that we are going to meet Elladan outside of Elrond's library, where we are going to find out what we're going to do in heading out for Lothlorien. Now, that's interesting in here because right now the story that unfolds for the Lord of the Rings Online assumes that you've never been to Lothlorien until after you've done Moria. So it's going to be a rather interesting way to see how they take that into account in this little storyline. And most likely they won't. Of course, there is always the vision that we had with Galadriel when we first created our character. Because is it possible to say that maybe she has a hint of who we are, even if she's not likely to actually tell that to us while we're on this adventure? What do you say about that, Elladan? Hail, Pineseed! Elrohir has gone ahead to search the Bruinen, but he wished to pass on his greetings as well. We're to travel to Eregion and through the Redhorn Pass into Lothlorien. Make any preparations you may require. We have a long trek ahead of us. So we need to go the further adventures of Elladan and Elrohir, Chapter 1. I am sure that we've kept over here waiting for long enough. Yes, I'm sure we have. And it looks like we have sacrificial enemies here. What, are they going to be orcs most likely? I guess we'll find out. Our adventure seems to start in the High Moor, which I suppose is appropriate enough. You think so? Other scouts have already told me about the insects swarming the Bruinen, but I've never seen such an infestation before. Elrohir and I have agreed to see how many we could each defeat before meeting downstream. Since he's already gotten a head start, perhaps we could work together? Surely that doesn't count as cheating, does it? I wonder if Elrohir's found anything by now. Well, we'll see. Neekers! Oh, okay, and the expected flies. I was expecting the flies. For some reason, I wasn't expecting the Neekers. Well, I suppose we'll find other things eventually. And we're going to have sacrificial insects then? Because isn't this the quest with the sacrificial creatures? Well, we'll see. Oh, bloated maggots. Now that sounds like a creature that might be sacrificing itself near the end. And we'll see there. Let's take care of... What, you mean this thing helps with the crawler? Indeed, I am sure that that'll make some people happy. Because sometimes it's a real pain to do that, so running this on a couple of occasions, but it looks like it's only worth 4, so maybe not. At this rate, I'm sure that we will catch up with Elrohir. Alright. Nine. He is counting. All right. Well, nine insects for the 9 Nazgul, I guess. Right, something like that. Keep on going, and continue along the way. Are those horses? Well then, let's add a few more of these pests to our count. Yeah, those, they look like horses. Oh, we have... That's right, I had forgotten that they had changed the plate on the... on here, because there used to be a white inner circle in there, a white border, but they removed it. Now, what have we here? I think you weren't expecting to find these horses? It seems the swarm found the Black Rider's mounts. I count only 3 steeds, however. This river may have carried the rest further. Go, find Elrohir in the fens and see if he requires aid. I shall stay behind and make sure that the riders did not escape into the woods. Oh, and let him know how many insects we defeated. I'm sure that he was no match for us. I suspect that Elrohir will have a different opinion on that matter, right? Oh, we have more Nika breakers. Now, do these count as just my personal ones, or does Elladan plan to count these as his own kills also? You never know. And we got more hatchlings, and we also have a few more crawlers here. That could be useful if you're looking to work on that crawler indeed. And for a moment there I thought there would only be 1 or 2 of them in here, but I see these, plus I see lots of crawlers up ahead, because that could be useful. I was wondering if we could find out, oops, yeah, defeat crawlers, and yeah, these are what are calling the crawlers here. And while it's going to take me a while to get used to no inner border on there. I wonder why they took the inner border away, because that inner border has been part of the frame for a pretty long time. Oh, and Nikers, of course. We can't forget the Nikers. I haven't seen anything try to sacrifice itself yet. Maybe that'll be at the end. Oh, I think I finally found Elrohir. Alright. I suppose if you wanted to be a completionist, you could try to take out everything in here. Mature carrion flies. So the mature flies are signatures. Actually, I'm wondering if Elrohir was hoping that we will be doing this one together, so it will be in my count with him, because I'm sure that he won't consider it cheating if he gets equal opportunity with me, right? Come! Ah, okay. Let's clear this place of vermin. Alright, so they spawn in new ones when you get near him, just in case you went around clearing out the entire area. Ah, those devs knew that how sneaky players can be, right? Yep. That's sure to be the case. And your turn. Oh, more of these. And more mature carrion flies. We'll take care of you there. Now we could go after you. Oh! Aha! That's who! Alright, I found out who has the sacrifice then. It's the mature carrion flies. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but I'll keep that in mind for the future. When I see one standing ready as if it were starting to sacrifice itself. And now it's your turn. Ooh, this minor disease is. You quit with the major diseases. Really? You got that out? Oh, that's because I can't get rid of anything because I had this curse. How is it that I ran out of power so easily in this? I usually associate that with higher levels. I know. I hope they didn't hear my complaints about the uneven distribution of power drainage in the game and decided, alright, we'll increase the power drainage at lower levels to compensate. Well, we'll have to check that out later. Elladan convinced you to help him with our little competition, did he? Well, I kept track at first, but... Elrohir gestures the nearby horse corpses with a sigh. What I found, or rather, what I didn't find, troubled me. 3 horses upstream, 5 here. That makes 8 of the 9 mounts accounted for. I scoured every part of the woods for the riders, but to no avail. If any of them linger in the troll shawls, they have made themselves scarce. Hold on. What's that in the water? Is it a cloak? A cloak? Yep. It's a cloak. Elrohir, pine seed. I could find nothing of note. I hope your search went better. We found this black cloak, but nothing more. Then I suppose that there must be only the trace left of the riders themselves. My hope is that they have fled back to their masters, though that's a mere speculation. The answer escapes us, for now. Of course, this in some ways leads up to the epic storyline Book 4, where they send you in search for rider number 9 and the one with the last horse on there. Well, what do you say about that? There's nothing else to be done here. Should we continue moving? Alright, let's go. It appears we're getting new campsites along the way. We have made it to Echad Candeleth. So let's go into our second adventure, I guess? I have faith that the waters of the Bruin dealt the riders a devastating blow. However, the less certain we are of the riders' fates, the more worried my heart grows. Tracking the movements of the enemy is of the utmost importance for our errand. After everything that's happened, I find our lack of information unsettling. Well, there is that. Now we get ready to start the second adventure. Our many questions may be answered soon. I spied one of the great eagles flying southeast. Perhaps they bear fresh news. We shall set out for Eregion once you're ready. Alright, so now we head out to Eregion for Chapter 2 of this little story. It appears that Chapter 2 is set in TitanBar, and that the twist is a crushing attack. I presume that means that we are going to be set upon by a rather large drake at some point, which is going to be really crushing. Well, what do you think, Elrohir? Pineseed, I am certain the eagle noticed our presence and flew here, but I don't see him. Do you? Are you sure it was an eagle, that it wasn't a drake or anything like that? Elrohir surveys the outside of the ruins and frowns. Elladan, we'll take a look around. I'll stay here just in case. Be careful. Don't worry, we'll be back soon. Why would the eagle ignore us? Could I have been mistaken about his location? Wait, up ahead. Is that a dead boar? Pineseed, take a look at those footprints. They look like drake footprints to me. The footprints continue to the southwest. Whatever killed these boars was an even match in size for our friend. Elrohir holds up a feather that is certainly too large to belong to a normal bird. It seems I wasn't wrong about the location after all. He must have left the area once he realized that he had intruded into something's territory. Of course, I doubt that creature, whatever it is, was an even match in power. After all, the eagles are a more than capable folk. But this creature may be dangerous to anyone traveling through the area, and that does not bode well for our errand. Let's track it down. Yeah, a drake. Right. Nice of it to leave convenient footprints. Watch out! Drakelings, of course! They expect. But based on the footprints, there is going to be a bigger drake somewhere. There has to be. These things can't deliver a crushing blow. But Mama certainly will be able to. There you go. Let's continue on. More dead boars. Speaking of Mama, I see a larger drake up ahead. Alright, let's see. These things are tough. Whew. Oh, more of these things. New deed, Master of the Shield. You mean that's the first time I managed to do that. Gambit? Okay. I suppose the Drakelings hated having their meal interrupted. Okay, oopsie daisy. Young fire drake. Oh, not mommy, more like an older sibling. There we go, and I'm sure mommy would be a lot bigger than elder sibling was. We'll see about that. Do not relax just yet. Why? Because we are getting a heated meal here, apparently. Oops. Ouch. Ouch. Well, I knew it was going to be drakes as soon as we went to TitanBar. It's just something about TitanBar that loves drakes. Your turn. Those drakes didn't match up with the footprints. Our work isn't done yet. That's right. Yeah, that's because we still need mommy. Ouch! Oh. Alright, so it looks like mommy isn't the only one with a stunning blow, apparently. Wait. I tried to see if I could keep up with the dialogue here, which is why that must be the drake that we're looking for. A matron, no less. Yep, mommy. I'll follow your lead. Of course. Alright, so there is the drake matron. Oh, that's interesting. They've changed the eye on the top for elites. That's a completely different pattern for the eye. That is an elite, or is this a signature? And yeah, it's an elite. Yeah, that's a completely different looking eye. They really did a lot of changing to the enemy plates on there. First taking away the inner ring, and now changing the eye design. I guess we're going to have a different design also for the elite masters or the like when we start running into those. Well fought, Pine Seed. That drake matron commanded a most fearsome brood. It'll be safer here now, though I fear that will change. We ought to head back to TitanBar. Elladan must be wondering where we are. Yes, let's go. It appears that there was an eagle in the area. Quiet here. Greetings. You have my thanks for defeating the drakes. I had no desire to involve myself with them, seeing as how they do not threaten me or my kin, but they did not care for my presence. At least I may now deliver my message more easily. We have not discovered any sign of the Black Riders, nor any other tidings of the enemy's servants. However, wolves gather along the banks of the Anduin in great numbers. What this indicates, I cannot say to know. Alright? If even your people haven't seen the riders, then no one has. They might also be fooling us. I'm not convinced, though I wonder why the wolves near the Anduin have grown bolder. Thank you, Gwahir. Your efforts are much appreciated. Then I shall take my leave. Good fortune in your travels. Alright, yes. So, alright, then the suggestion was that the Black Riders disappeared from the north, but some are thinking it could be a trick instead. We should rest here and gather our strength before continuing. We have yet to embark on the most difficult part of our I hope you're not expecting us to camp at TitanBar. Unfortunately not. Instead, we're camping in Ehad Eregion, which is a logical place to camp. Pine Seed, I'm sorry I didn't thank you earlier for helping Elrohir in Penbar. I needed time to gather my thoughts. When the two of you left, I found myself pacing amongst in nervousness. Perhaps it's the gravity of the errand we've been entrusted with, or does my worry stem from something else that's happened? The forces at play have long since been set into motion. There is much we don't have control over, but I tell myself that we are doing what we can. I have to believe that. So what do they need us to do next? We have to find that out when we start Chapter 3 in the next episode of the Further Adventures of Elladan and Elrohir.